Welcome SRA Nation, welcome to Sim Racing Alliance GT3 Main Series Season 16.
It's going to be a wonderful race here tonight. We got some great action here.
He's gonna look on the inside. He's gonna dive. There's a Mercedes. Oh no!
I mean, these two drivers side by side, it's not going to be, it's exactly what you want to see behind you. Spins his wheels, and that's going to be prime time attacking opportunity.
Oh, and he's going to try to stick it inside.
Oh, no contact. Oh my god!
And we're off and away for SRA. Hello, SRA Nation, and welcome back to Season 17. We are in Division 5 again today. I'm your host, Trey Morgan, and I am joined in the booth by Sean Paul. Sean, how are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing good. It's good to be back here with my D5 boys. I know your bro Mac isn't able to join tonight, but I'm hoping. I know he's left some pretty big shoes to fill, but hopefully I can kind of step in and have some fun. I was here last season commentating D5, and it was a great one. So I'm excited to get back and see how the night unfolds.
All right, so maybe we have some returning fans, maybe in the chat, that'll recognize you then and say hello. But yeah, it should be a fun race. Yeah, so today we are at Watkins Glen. Last week we were at Indianapolis, and that was a super fun race with a very dominant performance by Martirana. Although Martirana isn't currently in the hot lap standing, so I don't know if he's actually going to be able to race tonight. And if he's not racing, that opens up a whole world of possibilities, especially for the chaos of Watkins Glen. So Watkins Glen is in New York. I originally, when I found out about this track and saw it, thought it was like somewhere in the Northwest, like maybe Oregon or Northern California, but I was very wrong. But yeah, Watkins Glen is a very fun track. It's a very fast track. There's not many super slow corners. It's basically just turn one, and even there you're only going down to third gear or maybe second gear in some cars like the Ford, where the gearing is super long. But the key points here for action today are going to be turn one. It's a hard braking zone into a downhill, so we could see some good action there. Into the bus stop chicane at the very start of sector 2. It doesn't have a turn number here on the thing, but it's right in front of, or right before turn 5, and that's going to be probably where the most crashes happen here today, just because of the nature of it. It's very tight.
Infamous.
Yeah, very.
Bus stop. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a double chicane essentially, back and forth, but it's a lot of fun to drive through in hot lap. Not so fun when you're like almost side by side with someone else though. And then,
yeah, and if the practice races from this weekend have shown us anything, it's really turn 4 leading up to the bus stop, where we've seen a surprising amount of contact with people, getting side by side, getting ready for the brake marker, seeing who can push it longer. That 300-meter board in the steward's little box there comes up real quick, so it'll be an interesting place to keep an eye out for some good racing for sure.
Yeah, definitely. After the bus stop chicane, we've got a few corners that don't really have an overtaking zone possibility. Turn 7, though, kind of does. It's a very hard braking zone. It's probably the tightest corner on the track just because of how it is. It's an uphill right-hander. It's not quite like a hairpin. It's almost tight enough for it. It's just the main issue is how steep it is for turn 7. Like, you could really lose the rear end, and if you do, you will go flying to the outside of that corner. But it's a lot of fun. Turn 8 is another possible overtaking zone, especially if you mess up turn 7. Again, not a very hard braking zone, but really the hardest braking zone, except for maybe turn 1, I think, although I could be wrong. Turn 9, also going to be another problem zone for our drivers, just because of how low grip it has. This track seemingly doesn't have a lot of grip, but that's mostly because there's a lot of corners that are either up or downhill or kind of off camber. Turn 10 is almost flat. Turn 11 is also similarly almost flat. You do have to brake for turn 11, but after turn 11 we get back to the main pit straight. Sean, I know you said you really liked this track and you already talked about the dangers of the bus stop chicane, but is there anywhere else that you're gonna be looking out for our drivers having some kind of action, whether crashes or good overtakes?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, well, you were mentioning the lower grip here, and I got to say, compared to Indy, this track feels amazing. At least on the M4 tires that I've been driving. Something about Indy just wants to make my back end slide around, whipping 180s, 360s the whole time. So I love the way this track feels. It feels so good, both from on the hot lapping perspective and the racing front. Like you said earlier, it does feel like it's like a Pacific Northwest track, like more like Laguna than what we've seen in a lot of the other flat American tracks. So yeah, the up and downs, the camber, there are some corners like you're talking about there, especially turn 7 for me. That's kind of my Achilles heel with in the M4. My back end just wants to slide out constantly. I'm trying to push that late braking marker, and it's bitten me a couple times. I even random thought here, but I had in the practice race last night, I blew my engine somehow in before like starting the race.
Wow.
Trying to get it into gear. I've never seen that happen. Hopefully it never happens again, but I guess something else to keep an eye out for. But no, it should be a good one. Watkins is a classic for a reason, and I'm really excited to be here commentating on this one.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why this track may feel a little bit different compared to most other tracks is just because I assume, I don't know this for certain, but I assume that it's mostly built for stock car racing, like kind of like Laguna Seca is. Most of American racing is stock car racing in some form or another. Like I know NASCAR races at Watkins Glen, and NASCAR isn't known for its sharp corners, or at least its turning capabilities. So that's probably why it feels a little different compared to most other tracks.
Yeah, not something I thought about before. That's good insight.
Yeah, but well, we will go ahead and move on to our standings now. So our race winner last week, Daniel Martirana, did a very nice job. Didn't quite get the grand slam of leading the whole race, but was pretty close. I think he only didn't lead for a little bit because of track or pitting and where he pit compared to some other people, but he had a very dominant performance. In P2 is Matthew Bowden in the Porsche 992. He did a very nice job trying to catch up to Martirana, but he just wasn't able to get it in the end. Peter Jacob did a very nice job also in the Porsche, but in a different team Porsche. Brad Morath is in P4. Paulo Rise is in P5. Christian Dirksen is our first silver driver in P6. Daniel Martirana and Matthew Bowden had both been silver drivers whenever we started out the season, but when you finish P1, P2, the first race, it kind of nixes that. You go straight to gold. P7
for good reason.
Exactly. Yeah, they're repeating what happened to Mac Morgan and I in whenever we were in D5. We dominated Indy, and we also got promoted almost instantly.
Up you go from there.
Exactly.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. P2 in silver and P7 overall is Joshua Hooker. P8 is Alan Leung. P9 is Stefan Pellerin. P10 is Shane Sullivan. P11 is Jason Whitwam. P12 is Max Yang. P13 is Martin Abubo. P14 is Daniel Roberts. And P15 is Jeremy Ran. So we have a good list of drivers here today. But Sean, is there anyone that you think has a really good shot at winning today?
Well, cheating a little bit, looking at the hot stint times here. I mean, I've seen it's crazy because a lot of the top people from that one Indy aren't even on the list, and I don't know if it's because they are playing their cards close to the chest and playing offline or on other servers. But I mean, Aaron Kovac and Brad Bertram in the 145s for D5 is kind of insane to me. I'm not gonna lie, that's faster than my current PB and I'm D4. So So I'm going to say we're going to have to look out for those. I see 3 of the top 4 times are the Mustangs. So obviously it's a very quick car here. There's no Lexuses, which I'm sure has been talked about, but that kind of blew my mind when I saw that. So we'll have to see how it pans out. They are on track, worth mentioning. I see them starting their quali. But yeah, it's going to be a good one.
All right. So yeah, should be a very fun race. But yeah, so quickly going over our team standings. Alan Leung and Peter Jacob are in P1 overall. Daniel Beckstead and Daniel Martirana are in P2 with Team Aerodynamic. I forgot to mention the team name, but Men in Black 992s is P1. P3 is Baguette's Racing Team with Matthew Bowden and Clement Laurier. And P4 is the Bad Ones with Paulo Rice and Quinn Jetter. And then P5 is Top of the Bell Curve Racing with Brad Morath and Dick Zipperburn Sr. And I called him Junior a few times last race, and I want to make sure I don't mess that up again. But
good call. And I'm sorry, they were in free practice. It didn't show me on my end what they were in. Yeah, so they're still cruising through free practice. And also, I believe it's Paulo Reese, if I'm not mistaken, from last season. I didn't have much time to look at the pronunciation guide or at all for tonight, so I very well might butcher some names, but just FYI there.
Paulo Reese. Okay, I will make sure to remember that one then. Yeah, like we were saying, we are just now finishing up the 5-minute joining period, is what I will call it. So we're waiting on one driver to either return to the grid. There we go. Yep, so we were waiting on one driver to finish their practice lap that they weren't supposed to do, but we won't shame them. And now we are yeah, now we will look to our silver qualifying. Assuming that somebody moves. There we go. There's someone moving. I believe that is, yes, that is Zipperburn Sr., and he's going to be our first car out on track. And I believe they're good to go. Yes, so we're going to go ahead and watch on this outlap. But like in the practice races yesterday, at least in D1 and D2, the Fords did really well. Just because they have the good straight line speed that some other cars might not have. Even with that restrictor plate that we put on the balance of performance for them, but also with that restrictor plate comes a reduction in weight, and that really does help around this track. Yeah, so we just went through the bus stop chicane. We're gonna go around turn 5 down into turn 6, which is a sort of hard braking zone. It's a difficult braking zone is what I'll call it. It's not particularly hard. It's just a little weird because you're not going like full brakes for the whole time. And here's turn 6.
I need to say something quick. Sorry, I just realized I did not think to sync my liveries tonight. So there's definitely going to be, if anybody has made any recent updates, my apologies. I will make it up to you. But that was going to lead me into my next question. I haven't paid much attention to the D5 liveries. Are there any that really stand out for you that are bold and iconic?
There's been a few. One of the Fords, I believe, one of the silver Fords are running an American Crossing the Delaware livery, which I really like. Just behind Zipperburn Jr. or Senior. Sorry, I did it again. Come on. In the 954, I can't tell. Shumway, I finally got their livery working. They are in Vice SimSport Yankee with the boys in pinstripes, and as I believe that was Zipperburn, who just had an oversteer moment coming through turn 1. We'll go ahead and replay this.
I noticed mine was not working for Shumway, so maybe you had to do something special there.
Yeah,
I'll have to link up with you after.
Yeah, he's been having a lot of issues with getting our new Parc Ferme livery thing to work out properly, but I got it worked out for mine.
Shout out. to parc ferme though.
Absolutely.
That Travis Tatro coming here together. We had some issues with the previous tool we were using. I could be rehashing stuff that you talked about last week, so my apologies. But pretty massive accomplishment for an in-house app to be built from the ground up in the off season by a member who just wanted to help give back and show off everybody's liveries. I think it's the coolest thing ever, and it works awesome. So yeah.
Yeah,
Mad props.
It's absolutely amazing to use. A lot easier, because last time you had to go through each individual file that you wanted to upload. Now you just select the folder that everything's in, it uploads it all automatically. It's just perfect. There's another yellow flag for, I believe this is Jason Yu. Yes, Jason Yu, who is backwards on, I believe that's the exit of turn 7. So yeah, just a little slap.
Ooh, wow.
That was very close there.
Yeah, that guy was really close behind him.
But yeah, unfortunately, you were saying that you have issues with turn 7, so probably something similar to that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so Shumway set a valid lap, was the first person to set a valid lap of a 149.5. Jetter, with one of my other favorite liveries in here, set a 149.1. Garin set a valid lap of a 148.4. So we are getting in these banker laps, so we are expecting a lot of these drivers to get faster. You asked about cool liveries. Jetter is one of the other fun ones. I don't remember what their team name is, but they are Wario and Waluigi. I don't
Very
remember.
good. It took me a second to think about what that was.
Yeah, I don't remember who their teammate is, but we will see them eventually. But I absolutely love that livery.
Nice.
It's just simple. It's got the right colors. It's got the SRA logo. It's got their numbers, and it's got that the Wario and Waluigi. There we go. Not Waluigi.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's an amazing one. We also have another pole sitter, Dirksen, with a 147.2. Right now going through the fun, what I'll call it, bus stop chicane. I don't know about you, because what car are you driving this season?
The M4, the BMW.
Oh yeah, you said that. Why didn't I remember that? Anyway, but yeah, so at least in the Nissan, going through the bus stop chicane is terrifying, because if you don't hit it right on the entry, you are essentially going to go sideways through the second half of the bus stop chicane, and you could be drifting through the entirety of turn 4 or turn 5. I don't know if it's any better for you.
It's very forgiving in the M4 is what I'm finding. Big, beefy muscle car. It's more similar to the Lexus and the Mustang, I think, than the Ferrari or the Nissan. It's very forgiving. I have had, almost, knock on wood right now, almost no issues with the bus stop. So thankfully that's one that I've been able to get away from. But yeah, that turn 7 and where's the other one? I have 7 and 8. I constantly am losing grip there and having struggling basically, but just started to click a little bit last night. So we'll see what happens.
All right, makes sense. Apologies to Glorious Sniper. I just got the timing boards up there, so that should now be correct. And they're saying Reese is Jetter's teammate, so I think he's gold. Yes, he is gold, but he's got the Waluigi, which, again, super clean, super simple, but it absolutely makes sense for what they're trying to do, and I love that livery.
Yeah.
And right next to him is that American flag livery that I was talking about, where they're with the crossing of the Delaware painting on it.
Okay, I need to zoom in on that one later. That looks pretty intricate. Very cool.
Yeah, so in the PIP, the picture-in-picture down there, I believe we are following on board with Dirksen, as I'm following from the outside. He's currently up by almost a second on his best lap. He's about halfway through the lap, so he's definitely still has time to improve. There's a couple other people improving. Zipperburn Senior is up by over a second at this point, and Watkins is up by almost a second on their lap time. So we will continue watching Dirksen as they finish this lap, and then we will go to some other drivers. Although I believe Zipperburn's about to cross the line. And they do cross the line.
He takes it.
By 0.7 of a second. So very nice job there by Zipperburn Senior, although Dirksen looking to take that straight back. He's going to be up by almost 0.7 again. 0.6. As he pulls over to the side, maybe out of fuel. He does have time for one more lap, but if he's out of fuel, then he's not able to.
Or he's just happy with what he was able to throw down there and didn't see it improving much, because that's a quick time.
That is a good time.
Man, what are you throwing down? What's like an average?
Just broke into the 144s.
Okay.
But I'm also slow for D2.
Yeah.
I think the D2 reference time is like a 144.6. So he's not, like, he's about a second off that, but he's definitely, I believe he's close to like the D4 reference time. I'll quickly look at that. Yeah, the D4 reference time is a 145.6, so he's only about 0.3 off of that. So that's a really good job there for a driver. Is Bully, or I believe Builes, unfortunately goes hard over the bus stop chicane. I think he hit that first curb too hard.
Sorry, I got sucked into looking at some of these liveries.
To say, there's a lot of good liveries to look at, so I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the space baguette one. I'm not sure what the story is there. Daft Punk one, of course. The Delaware one's really cool.
Oh yeah.
And these are all just the gold, most of the gold drivers I'm looking at. But
yeah.
Sorry if I'm giving anybody whiplash.
To say, you're probably.
But I don't care right now. This is me time right now, all right?
Yeah, you gotta show off some of the liveries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now on the main screen, we're watching Savard go through the bus stop chicane. They're not improving right now, but they still do have a lot of time before it's really crunch time. We are at the end of silver qualifying, though, so anyone who hasn't started a new lap cannot start a new one. They must finish the lap that they're on. So any drivers looking to improve, they have to do it now. And Watkins is one of those drivers improving in that M4. Not the best second half of the bus stop chicane, but they are still improving. Hooker is another driver who's just on the edge of improving. And they're right behind Watkins, so I will wait for a little bit. Jetter is looking to cross the line here soon. They were up on their time, but they're not anymore. So I'll assume he sensed me getting ready to look at him.
Canceling. Yep. Yeah, he's checking out the pit entry.
Yeah. Not a bad idea to test that.
Yeah, it's not very forgiving.
Oh, wait,
they're going to be watching for that one.
I'll blame myself for that.
A little bit of the curse action.
Yeah, it definitely seems very powerful in the lower divisions, but oh well.
That's right.
Yeah, so now our silver drivers are out in force, getting ready to start their hot laps. They're just getting to the start of Sector 3, but once we get to that start-finish line, I will go ahead and go on board with Jacob in the main screen so that we can see how it goes. If you wouldn't mind cutting to a wide shot of Jacob's.
Jacob, sorry, I was...
They're currently P24.
Thank you.
Perfect. So yeah, we are going through the penultimate corner, just about to go through the last corner, and we will go through an onboard lap. So this is the main pit straight. It's kind of short, especially compared to the pit straight we had last week at Indianapolis, but it's still pretty fun. And then turn 1, the braking zone is downhill, and you have to hit the inside curb just like Jacob did there to get a good exit into the uphill. So turns 2, which we're going through right now, 3 and 4, are going to be the main issue points for a lot of drivers, especially if they're trying to go side by side. It's really fast. You're flat out all the way to the bus stop chicane. And if you go a little bit too wide and hit either a wall or one of the, whatever they called, curbs, then you will have a lot of issues. Pretty good job through the bus stop chicane. Maybe a little slow, but for a banker lap, that's not the biggest issue in the world. Got a good exit through turn 5. What were you saying?
The tires are still coming up to temperature for sure. So, yeah, like you said, the banker laps are key. But continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Nope. You're good. So yeah, we just went through turn 6 with a very nice exit. Turn 7 also looking like a very nice exit, using all of the track available, getting just onto the curbs where he needs to. And now for one of the trickier braking zones, just because you're braking at like 150, I think, for most tracks or for most cars. But a very nice job there in the braking zone and good acceleration. And now for turn 10, no, turn 9. We went a little deep in turn 9, so not quite what you would want there, but still a pretty good exit. Now going through the penultimate turn with a little lift off. Could maybe carry a little bit more speed through there, but overall very nice lap. Solid exit onto the main straight, and he will come across the line with, I believe, a valid lap. And he will go immediately into provisional pole with a 1:45.7. So amazing job there by Jacob. Ian Gilchrist goes to provisional P6, now P7, as Leung takes over P6 from him. Sullivan coming across the line in provisional P10. But like Sean was saying, a lot of these times are going to get a lot faster as Martirana sets a provisional P4. Just because the tires are not fully up to temperature yet. I don't know what temperature it is because I have the setting set wrong, so I can't see the session info.
Just the, yeah, I don't know what the track temp is. I know what the air is. Or no, I know what the track, it's 37, right?
Somewhere around there.
Celsius. And I think the race is 35.
Yeah. Either way, it's hot. I don't think it's quite as hot as we had it at Indy last time, but still very warm. You were asking about other liveries. Martirana has another really cool livery.
Yeah, Daft Punk. Just checking that out earlier.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's got a whole bunch of really fun points in it. And it's just super colorful, so I love it. He's currently 2, maybe 3 tenths up on his lap. I'm going to go to Leung while you watch the rest of Martirana's lap there.
Yep.
Yeah, Leung coming through Sector 3 with a fairly decent exit there. Coming into the penultimate corner. Could use a little bit more on the exit there of the corner, but he's nice and tidy. Good exit there. He's still improving. He's going to improve by about a second up to about P4. Exactly P4. So there we go. Meanwhile, Martirana about to come across the line there in that picture-in-picture. He'll improve by about 4 tenths up to P4 to seal it away from Leung. A lot of really fast times, but no one really able to catch Jacob at this point. Now, of course, we do still have a lot of time, but...
Yeah, lots of time. And Dirksen's, you know, pretty close, being 3 tenths off. But yeah, the gap from 1 to 2 and then 3 is a little bit larger. So, as Jacob... What happened there? Did he just... He had to RTG. I'm going to check out, see what happened here.
Nope, we both are, apparently.
Oh, of course.
We'll just say different
Great minds
views.
think alike, buddy.
Exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't
he just
know what
had
happened.
I'm not sure either.
My-
Weird exit out. Maybe a weird exit out of bus stop. And then
Quite possibly.
I don't know why he wouldn't keep going. So maybe it was a fuel issue. I'm not sure.
I know that sometimes if you have time and your tires are super overheated, it might be worth it to return to the pits. But I don't really know. Or like Dirksen was, maybe he's just happy with that time that he set down.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now our biggest improver is Bertram.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds up.
Yeah, he's doing really good. Not quite in line for pole, but he does have the possibility of going to the front row. Really nice job breaking into that corner. I believe turn 8 is really weird in braking because you have to brake more than you think you would. At least in my mind.
Yeah, I think it's off camber. I think it's a little off camber. I feel like you have to fight against, fight for every meter of traction you can gain there.
This is the U.S. We don't use meters yet. Yeah, so Bertram's going to come across the line with a 1.4 second improvement up to P2, so amazing job there. And he has a really good shot, I think, at taking the lead on the start if everything stays as is, because while the Porsche has good short-term acceleration, it doesn't have good top speed, and the Ford definitely has top speed. So even if he's not able to get the jump on the race start, as long as he's able to stay right behind Jacob before they reach the end of this straight here, I think he will do just fine. Bertram already up on his time, but I'm going to watch Martirana as they finish their lap.
I switched over to boy Jeremy Ran, and I just wanted to give a little shout out. He has a fan in the chat, Elizabeth, cheering him on. So love to see that. Love to see the kind of the cheering team and all the excitement and enthusiasm come through on the chat. So if you're cheering for anybody and you want to see how they're doing or want to pass on any messages, be sure to type them out, and we'll make sure it gets through.
Absolutely. You know, we love seeing support in the chat. Last season, when I was commentating D4, one of the Josh Parker essentially had his entire family in the chat for most of it.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun there.
Yeah, he's got a big support group. I don't know what that's like. My wife thinks the whole sim racing thing is a bit silly, and maybe not the best use of time or money, but I love it.
Yeah.
And I give her, I mean, she supports me through it all. Like considering I upgraded from a wheel stand and a wheel to mounted to the desk to a wheel stand to an actual like kind of fully permanent rig. So yeah, props to the wives and the mothers and the family members and loved ones that make all this happen.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing to have some kind of support, especially family support that's in the house. Martirana pulled off. They weren't really improving, so I think they've just given up. We are at the end of qualifying, so anyone on a lap needs to finish it. Bertram is really the only person who's challenging for that pole position. He's currently on pace to not set a new lap, but at least set a lap. He's right in line with where he was last time, as he goes a little bit wide, but he did not invalidate, so he still has a chance. Leung is also improving by a little bit. Bertram currently about 2.5 tenths up as he goes through the beginnings of Sector 3. We will have to see if he's able to keep it clean through the rest of the lap. Really a nice turn 8 there, using most of his exit. It'll all, I think, come down to turn 9 and whether or not he's able to keep it in line, and he is. He's improving by almost half a second now.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anybody else improving. Ooh, please don't go. Oh, he just went a little wide.
I still see invalid. Oh, it is red. Okay, darn it.
That was close.
Like you said, though, is maybe the inside line is the better, because P1 is on the outside, right?
I don't remember. I suppose we'll find out in a moment.
Yeah, so P2 might be the better spot to start in, especially with the Mustang as you race side by side, assuming there's no contact, and then you get a drag up the hill. That's where you want to be. So.
Yeah. But either way, Jake was P1, Bertram P2, Dirksen P3, and Kovac just coming across the line to get P4. I don't know if he was there before or just happened to cross the line as I was thinking about it. And then Martirana P5, gonna have to fight through the grid if he wants to win again today. We will go ahead and do a grid walk shortly, but first we're going to get a word from our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specialising in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
All right, welcome back. We are here to do our grid walk. As we can see in the pip, we're going to be watching all the drivers pull away, all 31 of these beautiful liveries. But we're going to start off here with Peter Jacob here in the main screen with an amazing qualifying time. In P2, we have Brad Bertram in the Ford, and I think he has the best chance really to get the jump on Peter Jacob. It's very possible that he's just not able to get that good enough a jump because the Porsche does have that good acceleration and brakes, but we'll have to see. P3 is Christian Dirksen in the Ferrari. He won't really have a good chance to get a jump just because of the turbo lag that car has, but he does have a good shot to maybe get something done on the hill. In P4, we have Aaron Kovac. In P5, we have Daniel Martirana. In P6, we have Ian Gilchrist. In P7, we have Alan Leung. In P8, we have Dick Zipperburn Sr. In P9, we have Danny Scarborough. P10, we have Joey Van Winkle. P11, we have Shane Sullivan. P12 is Stefan Pellerin. P13 is Matthew Bowden. P14 is Brad Morath. P15 is Daniel Beckstead. P16 is Alejandro Guarin. P17 is Jeremy Rand. P18 is Joshua Hooker. P19 is Paulo Reis. P20 is Juan Ospina. P21 is Denny Savard. It's not Sarvad, it's Savard. The R is after. Apologies. P22 is Quinn Jetter. P23 is Max Yang. P24 is Connor Waitkiss. P25 is Gordon Shumway. P26 is Jason Whitwam. P27 is Hunter Lowe with 2 T's in Hunter. I've not seen that before. Interesting. P28 is Mason Hall. P29 is Daniel Builes. P30 is Kyle Boyes. And last but very much not least, we have Jason Yu. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to the front here. If you want to cover around P10 or so, I think, from the Helicam. But obviously, this racetrack is very tight. What do you really expect from these drivers today, especially maybe in terms of lap 1 chaos?
Yeah, it's so hard. I didn't see I forget how they fared last week at Indy, but I feel like, and Indy does have a pretty ridiculous turn 1 with incredible high speed and then an incredible braking zone, and you're going wide, and it also funnels down into a narrower track. However, that was week 1. People were a little on edge. Maybe people are now a little more comfortable, which can be a good and a bad thing. So, honestly, I'm going to see. I don't want to say it one way or the other for sure, but I'm expecting to see some issues here with some contact potential up through turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I'm really hoping it's just as clean and fun. And I would love to look back at this and say everybody did like a great job. 0 contact. Let's make this, no steward action required for all lap 1. That's kind of the hope and dream. But we'll see, because I know it's hard when you've got people racing side by side. So it'll be a good one.
Yeah. And the other thing is we have a much shorter run down to turn 1, so maybe less of a chance for our drivers to really get into the mix. But we are getting ready to cross the start-finish line here in just a moment. And we are off and away for SRA Division 5 Race 2. No one getting a really big jump. We're getting 3 wide about midway through the pack, almost 4 wide there. Jacobs is able to hold P1, Bertram P2, Dirksen P3, Kovac P4. I don't think there's any major issues at the back.
You said that, and then there was some yellow.
Oh,
maybe that was just
there's a massive wreck.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to quickly replay that.
Leader? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I clicked it too. Oh no.
We're gonna. Oh, you can see it a lot better than I can. Yeah. So just a whole bunch of chaos there in the mid pack. We were 3 and 4 wide, and just a couple checkups that led to accordion effects. Unfortunately, there's more issues up front that I will quickly replay as soon as I am done with this replay between Dirksen and Bertram that we just missed. If I can get back, finish replay. Thank you. And I missed it. So, yeah.
All right, so I just had it barely pulled up there, but it looked like out of the bus stop, they were side by side, and then made contact coming around that corner there. I don't know who initiated it, but I know Bertram got the worst of it.
So, unfortunate moment there for that, especially when they were P1 and P2. Hopefully they didn't get too much damage. I didn't see too many people like hard ramming the wall, as we see Scarborough and Stefan Pellerin going side by side before filtering out into single file. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how any damage that may have been caused from that will affect this race, and especially pit strategies. But everyone at least is still going forward. No one had to RTG, so very happy there. Jeremy Ran just lost 2 positions going through the penultimate corner. Not entirely sure what happened. Dirksen also got past Van Winkle going to turn 1, but Van Winkle's going to fight it back. They're going side by side through... No, they're back to single file. And then out front, Martirana right on the back end of Ian Gilchrist. They're going to go maybe side by side. No. Martirana backs out of it. Probably wisely, as there's more yellow flags here at the back. There's a car that was backwards.
Shumway is, cruising back. Oh, and there's cars coming. Oh, my goodness.
That was a massive hit for, I believe that was low.
I got Shumway on the replay.
All right.
But there was more stuff behind it, but let's see what happens here. Oh, so there were issues ahead, caused a quick jerk action, and then it looks like some car-on-car action there that I don't know if that was G-rated or not. But they've made it through, and looks like everybody got righted. I think we do now have a RTG.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Garin and Waitkiss have RTG'd, and Shumway just got moving back forward, so I think they were probably waiting for everyone else to get moving. There's a whole bunch of passes here in the P5 to P10 range with Bowden, Leung, Van Winkle, Sullivan, Zipperburn, Dirksen, Pellerin, and Scarborough. Not entirely sure what's happening, but there is a lot of chaos, as I believe that was Sullivan was just hitting the outside wall of turn 9. He's kept it going straight, but he did lose a couple of positions as Marath and Scarborough go side by side. I don't think Scarborough's going to be able to fight it back, but he is certainly going to try. He's not able to fight it back, but Yang going up the inside, and he will take the position. So Scarborough maybe having some damage, maybe just being a little cautious, not entirely sure, as Reese comes into the pits, as well as Lowe, which very much makes sense for how much damage Lowe had at the end of lap 1. Stefan Pellerin was right behind Sullivan, but missed out. Meanwhile, Ian Gilchrist got passed by Martirana and is looking to defend again from Bowden. I'm going to quickly replay this pass. So Ian Gilchrist not getting the best exit from the bus stop chicane, and Martirana taking advantage, getting past him. Bowden trying to get past him, but was not able to, as there's a yellow flag for Marath, but I think that was just race control or ping issues. As we've got some lovely drone shots there in the pip, going through turn 7.
I'm trying. Mouse and keyboard does not work so well. I'm gonna hook up a controller and figure that out. Yeah. If I'm back here, if I'm invited back.
You can come back anytime. We could have 3 people in D5 chat. As Sullivan is sideways. Oh
no!
Sullivan's sideways, and he takes out Marath. They are sideways in the middle of the track. That's going to be massive damage.
Nothing major. So now yours is. Somebody hit the wall, but it's just himself.
Look at the front end of this car.
Oh no. That can't be driving straight right now.
Yeah, no, he is pitting immediately, as there's another yellow flag for Savard, but
Yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard, but he's still going.
Yeah, he's not having fun there. He's got a lot of damage there. As Whitwam gets past Builes. I missed that, but there's so much chaos, it's kind of hard to focus on battles sometimes.
Much happening.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll enter a little bit of a calm period, but I'm not going to jinx it. Right now we have a little bit of a train going. Probably, yeah. Let's see. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a train going from P3 down to P9 between Martirana and Dirksen. Most of that, they're all almost single file, essentially, not quite fast enough to really get past anyone. And right now, if our drivers are... I'm not going to say if our drivers are smart, but if our drivers are going to focus on maybe the back half of the race, right now is really when you want to start focusing on managing your tires, because especially at this track, I felt that tire management is a lot more important than other tracks, just because if you're able to get a good in-lap or out-lap when you are pitting, it really sets up your entire race, because there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities. Obviously, you have, like, you could send a dive in the bus stop chicane, but that's about it. As we see Zipperburn Jr. going side by side with Van Winkle. He gets past him into the braking zone, but we'll have to see how this all works out going up the hill with Van Winkle and Dirksen right behind each other.
Yeah, that's going to be a good... Oh, man, intense battle.
Yeah, I don't think Van Winkle has the straight line speed to get past him, but we'll have to see. He's looking to the outside, not able to find anything. He loses some time, and now Van Winkle and Dirksen are side by side. Dirksen gets the position into the bus stop chicane there. Yeah, so very nice job there by Dirksen to take advantage of it, trying to regain his positions to get back up to the top. Meanwhile, Bertram and Yu are neck and neck. Bertram going to the inside. He's not going to try anything into the bus stop chicane. Did not get enough of a run. as we have a drive-through penalty for low. I assume that was from speeding in the pit lane, but I could be wrong.
It comes up on you quick.
Yeah, we'll go through it more once we get to the what I'll call the normal pit stop area, but the pit entry for this track is very annoying. It's not like Indy last week where you had a whole bunch of warning. The pit entry lane is actually on the apex of the penultimate corner, so if someone's pitting in front of you, you have to make sure that you don't hit them.
I do want to call out quick. We've got some of our top gainers. I'm gonna butcher names. Number Buden, am I saying that right?
I believe it's Bowden, but I could be wrong.
Bowden up 8 spots, and then Max Yang up 12. That's legit. And then continuing on, I see we've got some others up 3 and 4. I'm just calling out the big ones right now. And then we also have Danielle. Is it Bules?
I believe it's Builes, but I've not had anyone correct me yet. Although they probably should be.
After this. Yeah, they should. Feel free, guys. We're very open to feedback. So yes, he's up 14 spots, and then Jason Whitwam up 10. So
that was a send. I'm going to quickly replay this here, but Stefan Pellerin absolutely sent it up the inside here of the bus stop chicane. Very good job by, I believe that's Van Winkle. Yes, Van Winkle, to leave him space so that they didn't wreck going through the corner. Stefan Pellerin was not able to let it stick as Zipperburn gets almost shoved out of the way by Dirksen. They've been fighting for at least a couple laps, and Dirksen finally decided to just force the issue and say, hey, I'm faster than you, let me get past. Yeah, Zipperburn Sr. did not have a good race last time. He had a whole bunch of contact issues that weren't really his fault. Just other people seeing that big red car and I guess turning into a bull and seeing it as a target.
That's right, yeah.
But he's doing much better today, up in P8. Looking to... I'm not sure if he's wanting to hold his position or to try and fight forward, but he has a chance to do either in that Ford. As there's someone pulled off to the side. I believe that's Watkins. Yes.
Here comes Pellerin on Van Winkle, turn 1. Looks like got the move done. Clean. Everybody stayed clean.
As there's a yellow... Oh, my word, there's a car upside down.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, then.
I'm going to replay this because there was an issue. I missed it. Where is it?
Was that Jeremy and Whitwam? I'm replaying Whitwam.
Oh, my.
Whitwam. Oh, no, that was already after that.
So, absolute chaos there with a car sideways in the braking zone.
Down.
Yeah, he was sideways in an area where you can't really see what's ahead of you, and he just went upside down. That is very rare to see. That's insane.
So in my 4 seasons here, I have never seen it like a car upside down on track, maintaining any speed up until one of the practice races this weekend, and then again tonight now. So very interesting. Apparently Watkins is out for some blood, and
yeah, apparently
is a little intense.
Yeah, and unfortunately I believe the McLaren who was upside down, I know they RTG'd, but I believe they also left the server. Probably just... I don't know if they're more mad at themselves, because I'm not going to say they started the incident, but they did have the oversteer moment coming through the corner, and then people behind just not heeding yellow flags and plowing straight into him. So, really unfortunate there. You hate to see it. I mean, you hate to see any wreck, but especially one like that. Like, it's obviously it's great for us in the booth, because we get entertainment.
Oh, yeah. I'm not... Yeah.
Zipperburn Jr. and Stefan Pellerin are fighting into turn 1. That might be...
Replay of Buell's had a bit of a brown pants moment after the bus stop, but thankfully was able to recover, get off track, and get going the right direction. So,
all right.
Props there.
Good for them. Yeah, Stefan Pellerin and Dick Zipperburn Sr. fighting side by side into the... Ooh, I thought for sure that was going to be a crash, and Zipperburn Sr. going through the grass there on the exit of the bus stop chicane, and he's going to lose another 2 positions. Although he's trying to fight it back with Yang, not sure if he'll be able to. I'm a little interested to see if Stefan Pellerin... I know Stefan Pellerin invalidated his lap, but I'm not sure if he invalidated it on turn 1, because it looked very close to me like he may have used one of his speed tokens.
Well, that's what they're there for, though, right?
Yes, yeah, you want to use them, but normally if you're overtaking off track like that, you can get penalties if it's reported.
Yeah.
So,
that's definitely true. And about the, what was I gonna say about the speed tokens? Just that this track is very forgiving in general of the penalty, like the speed, like a warning, you've gained time. You can take turn 1 almost all the way wide, I find, and it invalidates, but it doesn't give you a warning. So it's kind of interesting, and you want to definitely keep an eye out for how people might use that to their advantage. As the race continues, because tires are going to get worn quick,
especially. Yeah, right now Yang looking up the inside of Van Winkle, and he gets past him in the braking zone. It's just a matter of whether or not he can hold it. And I believe he has, so very nicely done. Now, obviously, they're going to be fighting it all the way back up the hill. But like you were saying for that turn 1 invalidation zone, it's very hit or miss. Like, if you just barely go over the line, like I think as long as you keep some of your tire, like one of your tires on the exit curb, you're fine. But if you go just a little bit off the curb, then you can get a penalty. And if you go all the way like to the edge of the wall, like like NASCAR takes the corner, then you'll get a warning and you'll get invalidated, but you won't get a track cut penalty.
Okay.
Not that I'm suggesting you do that, because the drivers have said, or the stewards have said, that if you do that intentionally and repeatedly, you will get a penalty for it. Especially, I think, lap 1 to gain an advantage, but... Yeah, so we are... I was about to say we're in a bit of a lull, and then I see that Sullivan is facing the wall. And unfortunately, it's going to be really hard for him to find a space to get out of it. If he goes now, like he is, okay, good. Just wait there for a little bit longer, and he will be fine. Yeah,
wow, he's reading that track map. So far, so good. Oh, no.
That was really close.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely not the worst rejoin I've seen.
Oh, far from it.
But yeah.
No, that was...
So say. And that's definitely one of the more annoying places to be stuck facing the inside wall. During one of my first races ever in ACC, you know how the start of Sector 2 for Mount Panorama, it's like maybe 2 cars wide and walls on either side, and how tight that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was sideways in the middle of that. And there was absolutely no way that I could back up and actually turn myself around. So I just had to RTG.
Yep. Oh, that's painful.
As Reese also spins through there, that looks like he may have had a bit of help, though.
Oh, no.
I'm going to quickly replay this here.
Nice little...
Yeah, very nice turnaround.
Spin to get around there, yeah. Caught that. Shout out.
Oh,
yes, he did.
So yeah, that was... I believe that was Ospina? No? I don't know who that was, but yeah, so someone helped him turn him there, so that will be, unfortunately, a steward ticket. Not sure who that was. Meanwhile, up front, Bowden trying to fight with Ian Gilchrist to get into P4. And Dirksen not too far behind, trying to get past Leung. We're going to go ahead and go through our leaders here for just a moment, just to give them a little bit of love. Jacob out to a commanding lead, a 10-second lead, followed by Kovac, I believe it's Kovac, with a 8-second lead over Martirana, with a 5-second lead over Ian Gilchrist, with a Not even half-second lead, as there's a whole bunch of drivers here. I believe they're coming out of the pits.
Oh.
That is absolute
Oh
chaos.
my goodness.
Oh my.
What is happening there?
So I know that you want the blue flaggers to get out of the way, but you can't force them out of the way. They're entitled to that line. That was
Right. Yeah, they have a whole
about the
lap
weirdest thing I've
to
ever
give it
seen.
Yeah.
But that craziness is allowing Dirksen to get past Leung into the bus stop chicane. So very nice job to use the what I'll call incandescent circumstances to get them past, as Garin has a yellow flag moment, is sideways through the last corner. With where they slid, I want to... I don't know what happened here. Okay,
Yeah,
so unfortunately just an oversteer moment. Didn't look like he hit the wall too incredibly hard, although I could be wrong. It definitely
Yeah,
wasn't
it can
the
be
hardest
deceiving
hit.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right now, Dirksen sitting right behind Bowden. We're going to go on board here as they try to set up the move, possibly through Sector 1. We are going through the penultimate corner. The Ferrari should have better traction through this area up until at least the turn 1 exit zone. Not quite able to get anything going. There is a yellow flag for Scarborough, who I believe just went way deep into... Yeah, unfortunately just way deep there into the penultimate
snap
corner.
oversteer moment.
Massive
Yep.
snap. So unfortunately not able to do anything there. At least he didn't hit the wall. That's one of the good things about the very wide exit there. The wide...
Could be worse,
awesome.
for
Yes,
sure.
that it could be.
And it's still a lot of time. We still got almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, we've got a few of our drivers starting to pit. I'm a little shocked. I assume that most of the people pitting now are doing so because of damage more than tires, because I would think that the undercut zone would be around 35 minutes and not 40, just due to the hot weather that we have here. But I could be wrong.
I will admit I am not very well versed in the undercut pit strategy world. I basically just pit when I feel like I can't drive on these tires anymore and see where that lands me. I should do some more research on it because I know it definitely makes or breaks races. But
yeah, I can explain that both for you and our other drivers here in a moment. But right now, Bowden and Dirksen were side by side. Bowden had a really bad exit. Dirksen hits the wall.
that's a couple seconds.
Yeah, so
damage.
that'll be, yeah, like you're saying, about maybe 3, maximum 5 seconds of damage, but they are going into the pit lane, and this is the fun pit lane that we were talking about. As someone, was that Leung? Absolutely clatters into the wall there. Doesn't look like he has that much damage, but he's definitely going to want to pit soon. But as we enter a little bit more of a maybe lull, never mind, Bowden and Ian Gilchrist are going side by side. And Bowden is going to get past Gilchrist, but Gilchrist might have a chance to fight back. It all depends on whether or not he's able to get any slipstream. He's about 4/10 back, so I don't think he will. And no, he won't. So yeah, Bowden getting up into P4, so a very nice job there. Now, back to the overcut-undercut strategy. So the main reason why you would overcut versus undercut is tire differential.
Back it up even more. Explain it like I'm 5.
Okay, so...
What does undercut even mean?
Okay, so undercutting and overcutting is when you pit in relation to somebody else. So... right now we have a 60-minute race, and say you are fighting someone that's going to pit at 30 minutes no matter what, and you know that. So if you want to undercut them, then you're going to pit at 25 minutes, or maybe 27 minutes, but you're going to pit before the car ahead of you. And that does a couple things. The first thing it does is it gets you onto new tires earlier. So you're able to belt out some quick laps and hopefully get ahead of them in the pit stops. Because
that makes sense.
you're going to have an average better tires than they will once both of you have completed your pit stop.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to pass than it is to hold a position.
Exactly. And so that's why, especially here in SRA, I feel like the undercut is almost always going to be the strategy. Overcutting is when you pit after somebody. So if your opponent's pitting at 30 minutes, you maybe pit at 27 minutes. Normally, if you're overcutting, you want to have a bigger differential than just 5 minutes or so. And so maybe if your opponent's pitting at 35 minutes, you pit at 25 minutes. But especially here at SRA, where we don't allow for refueling, overcutting is very risky. As Jeremy ran... Oh, he's just going into the pits. Never mind. There was a yellow flag for him. Yeah.
Yep.
Overcutting can be beneficial if you know that you're going to have a significant tire advantage at the end of the race. So if you're going up against one of the Porsches, which have extreme rear tire degradation just due to how you have to drive the car, you know that no matter what, you're going to have better tires than them at the end of the race. And so if you offset your tires by like 5 minutes instead of maybe 1 or 2 minutes, then you can, when you're fighting them to overtake them at the end of the race, you're going to have a lot better chance to overtake them.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was a good explanation there. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
The thing that I always also struggle with at times is just the blue flags, and you get caught back up. Let's say if I am blessed to be near the front of the pack, you pitch too early, then you got to deal with blue flags, and trying to come out in clean air is the other thing that I struggle with sometimes, trying to find that right time where you can thread that needle.
Yeah, and finding clean air, especially at a track like this, can be the most important thing rather than just trying to pit around somebody else, whether that be overcut or undercut, which is why for the most part you don't really want to undercut unless you know you're going to come out into open air. So like if you are in third place, as we see Kovac come into the pits there in the pit. Yeah, so if you're like in the top 5, you might not have clean air when you come out, but you definitely won't be blue flagged because you're going to be ahead of everyone else. At the very worst, you'll be like maybe like 10 seconds ahead of getting blue flagged by the leaders when you come out. But of course,
and I guess I actually meant dealing with blue flags in front of you.
Yeah. That is a whole other thing, and unfortunately, it really just depends on kind of how nice they are to you, for a lack of a better term.
How courteous.
Yeah.
When they see your name pop up, are they willing to step aside, or do they want to push that one whole lap?
Yeah, because obviously, well, I will come back to this, but Stefan Pellerin just got past Leung. Leung went deep into turn 8, I believe that was, and was not able to get anything back. So this is where Leung would do what's called pitting to overtake. So if Stefan Pellerin's going to pit this lap, you don't pit this lap. If Stefan Pellerin is not pitting this lap, you would pit this lap, although he doesn't do that. But yeah, like I was saying for blue flaggers though, it's really just how courteous they are, because we want to make sure, like, we have the rule in place that they don't need to get out of the way for a full lap. Now, obviously, it's courteous to get out of the way sooner, but they don't have to. And so sometimes you can try to force the issue, but it's never really a good idea to be fighting super duper hard against blue flags, because if you're fighting super hard and then you wreck because you're trying to force the issue and overtake them, that will most likely be on you in the stewarding room.
Yeah. Yep, I had that mistake my second season vividly vividly remember. It was in the rain. I forget the track name right now, but it was painful, and it was a good life lesson to not, there's certain things in life worth pushing hard for, and that is not one of them.
Yep. In the main screen, we see Beckstead having a little bit of an issue through the pits, through the bus stop chicane. They slid very wide. I think they took too much curb on the entry chicane, but I could be wrong. There's another yellow flag for low.
Never.
Oh, I'm wrong all the time. Yeah, so low.
Jacob just had a yellow flag. P1.
Ooh.
I'm gonna see. He just had it was a wall bump. I'm gonna wall bang. Let's see here.
I'll let you play that in the pip there.
I think it was just going to turn 1.
Possibly they were just sideways
here. Okay, so snap oversteer.
Ooh.
Hit. Ooh, geez, that's gonna slow him down a bit.
Yeah.
How far ahead is he? 16 seconds? Did I see?
He's currently like 24 seconds ahead, but that's because people are beginning to pit. I know Kovac pitted, Martirana is now pitting, and Bowden, I assume, will be pitting soon. Especially since we're at the 30-minute mark, anyone who's not pitted yet probably needs to. As Beckstead is now sideways on the on the pit straight. Not entirely sure what happened here.
Speed.
Oh,
geez.
That is something I have not seen before.
Yeah. Trying to pit and
someone crashes in front of you. Yeah. That is that is very unfortunate.
It's a good time to have his damage occur if there was some damage there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's too much, thankfully. Hopefully he's able to turn off the damage repair if it's not too bad. But yeah, that is... I've not seen that before. We've seen some very interesting incidents there at turn 1.
I'm guessing we're going to see Jacob going to the pits here, but we're about to find out.
He definitely needs to
he
soon.
Does. Good. He did. Well, with that damage especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Especially
you got to watch out. This is one of the few tracks, right, where they're watching the pit entry, and you have to keep all 4 inside the yellow line.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few tracks where it's like that. This is one of them, obviously. Another one, I believe... let's see, what is it? Red Bull Ring, which we will be at the very end of this season. They will be enforcing. I believe that was Ian Gilchrist, or no, who was that? One of the Ferraris. Reese, I believe, may have gone over the pit line, but I'm not going to speculate. As Zifferburn Senior also comes into the pits. Yeah, there's a couple.
We're calling out some side-by-side action right now between Dirksen and I'm guessing Kovac. A little bit of contact.
I believe that's Martirana.
Was that turn 8? Martirana? Oh, sorry, I was going backwards. Yeah. A little bit of contact, but they sort of sorted it out.
I'll quickly replay this. Yeah, they were very close to touching each other.
Yeah, you're right.
If they simulated the collision physics with the wing mirrors, they would no longer have wing mirrors. But overall, I think they were fairly
that
clean.
Was good. Yep, I take it back.
Yeah, so Dirksen is now up into provisional P3, I believe, as Kovac, as at least showing on my screen that he's in P4, and Bowden has a stop-go 30. Where is Bowden on my screen? There he is. Yeah, so Bowden, currently sitting P9, was speeding in the pit lane, and so he will have to perform a stop-go 30 in the next 3 laps, and that really hurts for the team championship, because I believe he is his team is P1 or P2, or maybe P3. Either way, he's really up there. But now that we've gone through the pit stop cycles, we can definitely see how much damage Jacob took. He did repair, it looks like, so that would have hurt his overall pit stop time. Yeah, he was stopped for a minute, or for 48 seconds. So he had about maybe 15 seconds of damage he needed to repair from that hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty significant. If he can, so what is he? 7 seconds behind Kovac?
Yeah.
Kovac, which would be P1 provisional, like
Provisional P1.
I guess I don't know if you can call it that. Yeah, but so that'll be interesting to see how long it takes him to catch up, and then yeah, if he can get by cleanly or not.
Yeah, it'll definitely be very interesting. Dirksen is also right behind him, so it's not like he can just go full gas and try to get past him or get back to Jacob, and back to Kovac, and if he makes a mistake somewhere, oh well, because if he makes a mistake, Dirksen will likely take the spot away from him, and possibly even Martirana, who's not that far behind them either. As Bowden peels into the pits to take care of that stop-go 30. Yeah, so for anyone who is going to be racing, is Kovac.
Just had a bit of an issue. Dragging along a sign. Oh no. Let's see here.
No, and he went. And that is. I'm not going to say that's P1 done for Kovac, but that's pretty close. Yeah, so Jacob's getting past him. Dirksen getting past him. Martirana's going to get past him. I don't know if Kovac actually has any steering at this point.
Yep, that does not seem like the ideal line. Oof.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can get himself straight. He is straight, but
ride that wall the rest of the way.
That sucks.
It'll get you there eventually, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly see if I can find or pull up what happened, because I believe it may have been an issue on the exit of turn 6.
Oh, as he gets bumped, trying to get ready to go into the pits. Not too bad though.
Yeah. So it looks like he may have just gone a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 6, then wasn't able to slow it down in time for turn 7 to save it from going off. He is in pits. That's got to be at least 40 seconds of damage to repair though. So his race, and definitely his chance for the race win, is effectively over. Unfortunately, he's going to be fighting for probably maybe P20 or so at this point. But that really sucks. He was having such a good race.
It adds up. Yeah. But you just gotta, you literally just have to get that out of your mind and realize, A, you get a drop race, right, if you need it, but you can still accumulate so many points even in those teens, because there's just so many things that can happen. It's so early in the season that you, the people you're competing with now, maybe people will get, there's still going to be a bit of a shuffling, I'm guessing, with some players, and just a lot of point differentials that can happen down the road. So just got to keep going, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, having that pit stop there to help clear the mind is definitely going to help a lot. I don't know if he's moving yet, so I don't know if he's actually repaired yet or not. As there's another yellow flag for, there's a yellow flag for Sullivan, and there's a yellow flag for Garin, but I believe Garin, I'm not sure. Garin may just be coming back into the pits. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like he may have hit the wall again, unfortunately. And then Sullivan with an issue on the exit of turn 8. As there's also a moment, I just saw that Dirksen got spun. I'm going to see if I can find that. Or, well, I'm not going to say he got spun, but he did spin.
Spinning effect, yes. As I'm watching some side-by-side action with Scarborough and believe.
So he understeered into a person who was a lap down.
Oh no, as we were talking about earlier.
Oh. Yeah, there's a whole lot of side-by-side action down here for P20 with Marath and Sullivan fighting it out.
That's what I'm looking at. Yep, there was some back and forth there coming up through the last turn and turn 1. Looks like it's sorted out now. Yo, he is gaining though, it looks like. coming up to the bus stop, but keep it pretty clean and on track.
Yeah, so good job there. Just ahead, you is just at Scarborough, though I believe Scarborough just had an issue coming out of that corner. There was another yellow flag for someone, but I didn't catch who it was, unfortunately. As Sullivan,
Jason, you up
trying to look.
14. Nice. Keep it
Yeah,
up. And Boise right by him too, up 14. That's
Yeah,
pretty wild. They're having a good race.
Yeah, Yu's done an amazing job. I think he just had a bad qualifying. Maybe not able to get down a good lap for it. But he's fighting up the field, as you said, up a lot of spots. As Reese and Hall swap positions, I'm going to quickly replay what happened down here. I believe it was just a good overtake, yeah. So Hall, not the best exit out of turn 6. Reese takes advantage of it and gets him into turn 7. Meanwhile, Jeremy ran, and I believe that's Bowden were side by side going into the bus stop chicane. They weren't able to do any swaps. There was someone in the pip just hit the wall. I wasn't able to see who that was.
Oh, I was looking at your screen when that happened. That's funny.
I believe it was
Caught me sleeping on the
Sullivan
job.
right behind Marath, but I could be wrong. From Wah, no breaking board is safe from this man. I believe talking about Kovac, but yeah.
I've seen a couple. I picked up another. I happened to pick up another breakboard marker being dragged along at one point. So I've seen a couple of those tonight. It's funny how they get embedded in the vehicle.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Because that happened a couple times in the practice server just before we started the race, as Jeremy Rand has an oversteer moment, losing a whole bunch of time to Bowden ahead.
But he didn't hit the wall. I could
That
have seen a wall hit come in there. So good recovery, I'd say.
Yeah, very nice job there. Meanwhile, you and Scarborough were fighting again. I believe it says that you got past Scarborough, but I think you was already ahead of Scarborough.
Wrath comes. I can't tell if we're looking at blue flags or not.
There's a blue flag somewhere in there. I'm just not sure where. Oh, Stefan Pellerin, currently sitting P5, is trying to get through this pack. And he really needs to get through that pack because Leung and Yang are right on his tail, so we have a whole bunch of chaos here. Leung following Stefan Pellerin right through these cars, not able to get a good run. I don't know how the Aston Martin is in straight line speed. I know it's not terrible, I just don't know how good it is.
I'm not the one to answer that question.
There was a brief yellow flag for Builes, but I'm not sure what that was for. As Ospina now has a yellow flag. I believe that was just an issue maybe through the bus stop chicane? That's unfortunate. So yeah, a little too much exit curb there, out of the chicane.
Yeah, that curb is the most dangerous part of the chicane for me anyway, for sure. You get that. I feel like there's a bit of a ramp there that you don't see, but it sends those rear tires kicking like a wild mule.
Yeah,
if you catch it just right.
Ooh.
Oh. Wow.
As Ran, and I'm not sure who that is. I believe that's Kovac down in P27 having an issue. Whitwoman and Hall also have a yellow flag. I'll go ahead and replay this. Oh.
No.
So Whitwoman.
Okay, well,
having
low on the
an issue
damage
there.
scale at least.
Yeah, no major damage. Still unfortunate to see. I don't know if they lost many positions in that, but I don't believe they did, no. As there's another yellow flag for Jetter, also through the bus stop chicane.
Oh no. Backs way out of the racing line.
Oh,
Gets going again.
way too much curb there. And a good job by that other car to take avoiding action. Oh, please. Okay. Yeah, so Jetter's rear tires have to be absolutely cooked at this point.
Yep.
Hopefully he can get them cooled down
toasty
in time so that he doesn't have to try and fight boys behind. But yeah, absolutely cooked tires. As I believe, I don't know who that is. That might be Bertram getting through blue flags in this group as
It just went flying.
Oh my.
No damage.
As Leung also sideways, I just missed it. Took an absolutely massive amount of curb and then almost caught the switchback.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. Able to save most of the damage, but he's lost so much time. He's now all the way down in P11, so he's lost, I think, about 4 positions. But yeah, now Sullivan and Svarbard fighting. It's Savard, not Sarvard. I'm sorry, Savard. I keep getting your name wrong. I'll get it right by the end of the season. Yeah, Savard fighting against Sullivan. He got a decent run, and especially with the damage on the front end of Sullivan, I'm surprised that he has that good a straight line speed, although I know that the Beamer has good straight line speed anyways.
Yeah, it's above mid-pack. You know, it's not the top pick for it, but it's she can cruise.
And I believe, yeah, so Savard just letting Zipperburn Senior pass for blue flags, and I believe that was Van Winkle also getting passed for blue flags. Yes. But yeah, so as I was saying before, Zipperburn Senior doing a really nice job so far, just keeping it clean, keeping it going with a P8, much better than last week. Van Winkle, though, not too far behind him, especially with the blue flag craziness that we're seeing. I don't know if you can see it in the map there on the right side, but there are so many cars in this pack, and not all of them are on the same lap. In fact, I think they're split between 2 or 3 different laps in this group. So a whole bunch of chaos in who you're supposed to let by and who you're supposed to be fighting against.
Yeah, it can always be tricky, especially when you're newer to the sim racing in general. It can be a lot to manage while you're trying to run your own race.
Yep.
I'm on board with Aaron Kovac about, you know, he's technically blue flagged him against Matthew Bowden. But I think he might have some speed and be trying to work his way around. There's been a couple small glitches there for Bowden. Oh, as he gets by, does he get through the bus stop okay? Oh, he's carrying a lot of speed, but I think he's able to get her done. Nice. As he continues on his way.
And meanwhile,
realize that they're probably not racing the same, not really racing the same race.
I was just saying how good of a race Zipperman Senior's had. He just hit the wall. He's now fighting against 2 Beamers, Van Winkle, who he's racing for position, and I think Sullivan, who is a blue flagger. Sullivan able to get past Zipperburn Senior after he hits the wall. Unfortunately, I don't know how long we've had the blue flags, as there's so much chaos here.
A lot of traffic, 3 wide, 4. What is going on?
Some of these blue flag drivers need to back off here. Oh my. We don't need to be fighting this hard against blue flag traffic. Although, maybe we do. I'm not entirely sure. Because they were essentially 3 wide going up the hill, blocking anyone behind them. Yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah, the only
good battling here.
Yeah, the only big battle with drivers that are right next to each other and actually fighting for position is Bertram and Yang, although Bertram just lost a whole heap of time, lost about a second and a half. I'm quickly going to replay this. I'm not sure what happened. Ooh, that was almost a tap on the rear end there.
Had to abort.
Very nice job to hold it off, though. Meanwhile, Beckstead getting past Leung. Leung, I believe, had an issue through turn 7.
I think Zipperburn just got by Hooker, if I'm reading that right. Or watching it right. As we've got Savard going toe-to-toe with... Is that Hooker?
No, I believe he's getting
no,
past blue flag.
Okay.
So he's now past Sullivan, Savard, Morath, and Ospina. So he now has clean air to try and get back close to Van Winkle to try and get back to P8. We've got about a little more than 10 minutes to go.
Savard and Sullivan are coming up to the bus stop. Could be an interesting one. Ooh, as they go side by side. I'm on the wrong camera angle. Oh no, and there's a wall. Oh, double. Oh, no.
They just speared in. Yeah, I'm going to quickly replay this in the helicam. But Sullivan, I think, tried to send it back up the inside on the exit of the bus stop chicane, and that's just not going to work. Ugh.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a lot of damage.
That is so much damage. And Sullivan is going to RTG.
RTG.
Which makes sense, unfortunately. I didn't see what happened to the other driver. I don't know if they RTG'd or are continuing on.
No, Savard is continuing.
All right. They may have... Yeah, they have a whole lot of damage to fix there. Their front bumper is essentially dragging along the ground now. So that is unfortunate. Meanwhile, back out front, Bertram is getting back to the rear end of Yang. With how quickly he's gotten back up here, I have to think that he's going to be able to get past him by the end of the race, but I could be wrong. And we're going to go ahead and look at the fastest lap for right now. And that fastest lap is from Jacob with a 146.1. The next closest, I believe, is Dirksen with a 160 or with a 146.3, and then Martirana with a 146.4. So a lot of fast drivers. It's just a good bit of chaos as to who has the speed when, especially considering when they're fighting up against each other. Meanwhile, Bertram was almost looked like they were side by side with Yang, but I don't think they were. But he gets a much better exit here going into turn 7. He's not going to let Yang have the preferred line. Yang going maybe a little bit deep as long as he doesn't...
Oh, no.
Oh, so a little bit of contact there. I'm not quite sure what I would do about that because Bertram definitely had the run, but Yang was still ahead at the contact point. I don't know. I'll just have to leave it to the stewards.
Later. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, glad it's not my job. Yeah, but I think that really does show that Bertram definitely does have the pace to get past Yang. It's just a matter of can he get enough of that pace difference to work all at the same time. As he uses a speed token there. Yeah, so we were looking at our biggest movers, and there were a couple drivers who'd moved 14 positions. You had moved 14 positions, has since fallen down. They've only moved 11, but still a very nice move. Boys still at his 14 positions. Hooker is up 8 positions. And then our biggest mover is the driver in front of Bertram, Yang, who started P23 and is up 17 positions. So an amazing job there to fight through the traffic and the chaos that this race has had, and just stay consistent.
Yeah, for sure. Man, this battle, Bertram and Yang, definitely intense. Bertram keeping on it. Yang defending, minus that one point of contact pretty well.
Yeah, the one thing that Bertram has
I
on him
think
is
there
the
he goes.
braking. Yeah, Yang's gone deep
Yep,
in a couple
there
of
it
corners,
goes.
and Bertram is now able to get past Yang. So very nice job to just pile on the pressure lap after lap after lap and finally get past him in a clean way with no bump and run or anything.
That's right.
And we can see he's pulled almost a second already, and they're not even halfway through the lap on him.
Now Bertram is 3.5 seconds behind Pellerin, right?
Yes.
Okay, so with
at-
6 minutes left, you'd have to be booking it pretty hard, I
Yeah,
guess.
that'd
But
be-
he's already down to 3 now. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm not
He'd have to
sure.
pull.
I see it now at 2.5.
Yeah, he'd have to pull almost 2 seconds a lap, I think, faster than Pellerin in order to get past him. But he was 4 seconds faster than Stefan Pellerin. I think Stefan Pellerin had an issue because he put down a 151.8 compared to Bertram's 147.1. So
Yeah, he's down to 2 seconds now. So there could be something else to keep an eye out here for P5.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Whitwam trying to get past you with massive front end damage, so definitely at a disadvantage. And they are also both, I'm not going to say they're fighting blue flags, but there is a person who I believe has blue flags behind them. Although I'm not sure which way that is. But Whitman able to get past you, or at least hold the position against you. And Bertram is already within a second.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Pellerin. But maybe previous damage or tires are a bit cooked.
Unless
But if that continues.
Yeah, unless Pellerin has severely cooked his tires, it shouldn't be a tire differential because they have about 2 minute difference in their stint timer. So if it really is a tire differential, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I suspect Bertram will get a run turn 1, if not sooner, or I guess after turn 1. We'll see.
Yeah, we saw the oversteer moment there from Pellerin. Pellerin going wide again. Bertram might have a chance to try something into the penultimate corner, but he might just be holding back a little bit for better opportunities just to make sure he doesn't accidentally cause an incident there. Because as long as he can get a good enough exit into turn 1 without getting obstructed by Pellerin parking it on the apex, he should have a really good run into into the bus stop chicane.
And the other piece of the puzzle, Yang has now entered the chat again, and he's now just 0.6 of a second behind Bertram. So that kind of it adds just a whole nother layer of complexity that Bertram's got to deal with. So it should be an interesting couple of minutes here.
Yeah, and it could also be that Pellerin, as long as he's able to get far enough ahead, although I don't think he is Bertram looking at the inside.
Waitkus is facing the wrong way. It looks like maybe turn 9 or so. I don't know if I'll be able to see what happened here. Nope, I missed the replay.
Yeah,
We'll just have to see how his rejoin goes.
Yeah, I think he's been stuck there for a little bit, unfortunately, just trying to find a good place to filter back in. He's not able to. Meanwhile, Stefan Pellerin and Yang make contact.
Oh no!
I'm gonna quickly replay this in the overhead cam. Bertram with a really nice job to overtake on the outside. I think Pellerin may have just overslowed. I'm not quite sure. And then Yang maybe overbraked. Maybe Stefan Pellerin let off the brakes. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, they're still both stuck there.
Oh no!
Yang hits him again, and they hit.
No.
I believe that's Ospina. That's going to be a massive penalty, unfortunately, if that gets reported. Yeah, so Pellerin and Yang both fall from fighting for P5 all the way down to P9 and P10. Stefan Pellerin still ahead of Yang, and I think Yang got the worst of that damage, but I could be wrong. But that has given Bertram a P5 finish as long as nothing happens. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really sucks. That was a decent battle going on for a while just to see it end like that, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Pellerin must have some I mean, that was not his race pace, I don't think. So there's definitely something he was dealing with.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, yeah, you said he overslowed, but I think that's just the way he had been driving for the last few laps. Not sure why though. Well,
yeah,
doesn't matter now, I guess. Just gotta keep going,
Yep.
keep moving forward, people. Spin those wheels to the finish line.
Yep. Yeah, Bois making a good point about Bertram. He was our P2 qualifier. He's done an amazing job to get back up to P5 recovery drive. I'll go ahead and show
That's
him.
a good call out. I forgot about that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a chance to get back and pass or get to P4, but it's close. However, Martirana is only about a second back from Jacob. Now, we are on the last lap, so it will require a miracle of some kind for Martirana to get another win. But I'm not saying it's impossible. Their last laps were about the same. Martirana just a tad bit faster. I don't think he'll really have a chance to get back there, as he's now down to a 2-second gap instead of the 1 second earlier. But we are really close to finishing this race.
Yeah, he's there should anything happen.
But yeah, Jacob has done an amazing job this race, just keeping it clean. He got that pole position with a very nice lap, was able to keep it lap 1, and did an amazing job holding it out all the way through this race. Had a little bit of a moment where he thought he might lose it, but unfortunately Kovac had an issue going through one of the last corners, or one of the corners, and I feel really bad for him. Kovac is all the way down currently in P24, but he will still get points finish. But at this point, we've got 3 corners to go, and Jacob he's falling a little bit back into Martirana's lap, but it's not going to matter. Jacob coming through the penultimate corner. Martirana can see him right in front of him, but there is nothing that he can do as Jacob comes through the final corner to the start-finish line, and he is going to win at Watkins. With Martirana taking P2, almost hitting a stopped car there. I'm
not sure what Ospina is doing. I think he thought it was checker flag is my guess. Although I'm not sure. I don't know right now, honestly.
With enough damage on his car, there might be a concussion involved.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Dirksen coming across with a silver win and P3 overall. Very nice job. He is making his case, whether he wants to or not, for a gold promotion. In the pip there, we are watching Stefan Pellerin, who is just behind Hooker. Ian Gilchrist going to come across the line in P4. Bertram come across the line with a very nice recovery drive to P5. Van Winkle just now on the start-finish straight to finish P6. Zipperburn Sr. with a very nice job coming in P7. Very nice compared to the issues he had to deal with last week. Hooker is going to come across to P8, maybe, unless Stefan Pellerin can get him in the final corner.
Oh, side by side.
No.
Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. No. Yeah, so Yang is going to come across ahead of Pellerin. Hooker is going to lose out to... Or Beckstedt's going to finish P10. Hooker's going to finish P11, and then Leung is going to come across, I think, to finish P12. Really unfortunate finish to the end of the race there for Pellerin. I assume that Pellerin is going to lose a good bit of position, unfortunately. I don't know how much. It kind of depends on, obviously, the penalty level and where everything finishes. But an amazing job by our top 3 finishers. I believe we are just finishing... Yeah, just waiting for Kovac to come across the line to finish. It says P25 on my screen, but I don't think it is. No, it is. All right. So unfortunate for him, but amazing job by our top finishers. I'm going to quickly take a screenshot so that I can remember who to pull in for our...
Good call.
Whatever it is. Interviews, that's what they are.
That's right, yeah. The podium, the champagne shall fly. Whew.
Yeah, but that was an amazing race. While we wait for our drivers to filter in to the booth so that we can pull them in, what did you think of that race?
While it did not disappoint on multiple fronts, plenty of carnage, plenty of drama, lots of good, also at the same time, lots of good clean racing we saw, lots of good overtakes. The bus stop proved itself to be a very tough point of contention for people coming out, either side-by-side racing or even some single hot lapping, just going a little wide on those curbs and getting sent. So definitely there will be some stewarding tickets. Again, please, people, do submit tickets. It's not fun, but it is part of how we ensure good, clean racing here at SRA. But yeah, I mean, that was just a wild ride. I appreciate you hosting and sharing as we go along through all that, because wow, I don't even know what else to say. There you go.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. Obviously, there's going to be a whole bunch of stewarding action, unfortunately. But yeah, so let's see who is currently in there. So we have our P2 and P1 driver. I don't see Dirksen. So I'm going to pull up our P2 finisher, Daniel Mortarana.
Wonderful.
Daniel, welcome to the booth.
Hello.
So welcome back. Obviously, you won the last race and you finish P2 here today. Amazing consistency overall, but go ahead and talk us through your race and how it went.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I didn't really have any like high expectations for this. I was pretty busy this week and wasn't able to practice. So I kind of just was letting muscle memory take me around this track. Pretty happy with quali, came out pretty good. I think I finished P4 to start, and I honestly didn't think I had the pace to get into top 3, but I think someone got into a scuffle ahead of me or something, and maybe I was able to squeeze through. It just kind of worked out. But then, yeah, I guess towards the end, I caught pretty close up to Peter, but I think he might have just been getting caught up in a bunch of traffic because we had a lot of traffic to go through. But it was pretty fun. I felt like it was super smooth all the way through.
All right, glad to hear it.
Congrats. Yeah, that was an intense race. Did you have any points of contention there? Or any moments where your whole life flashed before your eyes, or was it pretty?
I think
steady.
It was pretty steady the most of the time, but there was like 2 laps where I got a little squirrely going into turn 1, just carrying a little bit too much speed, and I had 2 crazy snaps that I somehow was able to hold together. Nice. But I was like, my life flashed before my eyes twice.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's just keep it smooth. We're in a good position. Like, there's no point in crashing. Yeah, it got a little dicey towards the end when the tires were starting to get destroyed.
Nice job.
All right. Yeah, so you said that you didn't get much practice in before this, but you still got P2. So obviously you dominated the first race, and now you're P2 the second race. Is there any worry that you might get promoted?
Let the man have his moment. Let's not force that on him here, okay?
I really
enjoy.
I feel like
that's tomorrow, Daniel's call.
Yeah. I hope not. I would love to stay with my teammate, like I said, I think last time. But yeah, we'll see. I felt like there was definitely some faster people here today, so it felt fairly competitive all the way through. There's definitely a couple guys who I think put in a few heaters that were pretty fast. So
yeah, there were definitely a lot of fast people. Sean, do you have any closing questions for him?
No, not really. I mean, great racing. Way to show up and be consistent. Do you have any words you want to impart on us, or anything you want to say to all your fans watching?
Or any shout outs that you want to give?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just give a shout out to my teammate, Daniel, for I honestly wasn't going to race today because I hadn't practiced, and he told me just do it and see what happens. So shout out to him for getting me in the sim, because I probably would have skipped this week, and I'm glad I didn't. So
nice. I would say that worked out. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. All right. So that was Daniel Martirana, who finished P2. Very nice job. Good luck in your next race, and we will hope to see you again here, not next week, but in 2 weeks.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
All right, I will throw him back down in the D5D6 chat. I still don't see Dirksen, so he might just not be able to join us for an interview, but I will be able to pull.
We're going to the top.
Yeah, I will be able to pull our D1 winner. Or not
Let's do
D1, P1 winner. Peter, welcome to the booth.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so
How you feeling? How's it going?
Yeah.
Good. It was a good race. A little hectic.
Yeah. So you put in a really good pole lap, and you were in P1 for most of the race until Kovac got past you, but he unfortunately had the wreck about midway through the second stint. But go ahead and talk us through how your race went and all that good stuff.
It's pretty good. The first half was great. I thought I was going to come in one lap, and then I was like, next lap, and then I crashed. So I was like, all right, that works. So that was, I think, 15 seconds added to the pit stop to clear all that damage. I think dropped me back in for a second.
Yeah, we were watching that. I think it was 18 seconds, right? That was
somewhere around there.
Rough.
Yeah.
Were you watching your relative timings to see how that goes?
That's why. That's why I decided to do it, because it looked like I had a pretty good gap to the next person, the second place guy, and then figured that help a shot, see what happens if it worked out. But yeah, I was a little hairy going through some traffic spots, but that was my own undoing for the most part. Kind of bad spots to catch people and at awkward speed, so trying to go around the outside, and I forget who got second, but he was closing in, so I had to keep that gap, but it was dwindling away.
Yeah, Martirana was getting really close to you at the end of the race. Were you just having tire issues, or were you just backing off a little to keep yourself consistent?
Kind of both. Seems like it had a huge balance change, where you get lighter on fuel, so you lose the front really easily.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to push a lot, so you kind of have to trail brake a little more, make the back a little more lively. So I was just trying to not crash, really.
Well, that's a good reason to back off, I think. So
yeah,
right.
Keep it pointed in the right direction, and you did well there on that front.
Mm-hmm.
After that first incident.
Yeah. Sean, do you have any closing questions for our winner?
Well, yeah, Peter. I mean, where do you go from here? Where do you see yourself next week, or I guess not next week, after the break? Are you ready to keep racing, or are you looking forward to the break? Have you already started any track time? How's it going?
I don't know what one's next, but it seems like this season has a lot of my favorite tracks in it, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with Watkins? Had you put in laps before?
Yeah, I think the only one that I'm not really familiar with is Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, good.
That'll help.
Yeah. You'll be familiar with hopefully most of the tracks going through them. But yeah, great job.
And I gotta ask, Peter.
Okay.
Oh, I was sorry, Trey. I may have stolen it from you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I don't know. I guess everyone up there that was at the beginning was really fun. I think I got a little too far. I was out of the mix, but I wish I was back a little further so we could mix it up a little bit. But it seems like I got a better jump than everyone. But everyone up there in the front was they were really tight in qualifying. So good job, guys.
All right. Well, so that was Peter Jacob, our P1 finisher at Watkins. Good luck in your practice for the next race, and we will hopefully see you up here again in the booth. All right. If Discord will work properly, I will throw you back down to your race review, and I have good news. Christian Dirksen has come. He is in the chat, so I will go ahead and drag him up, and we can go ahead and interview our P3 and silver winner.
Nice.
Christian, welcome to the booth.
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Congratulations on your P3 finish and your silver overall win. How did your race go?
Yeah, thanks. It was quite an eventful race for me. Bit of a bump on lap 1, got hit, fell back to P8, and just, I guess, slowly worked my way back, and had an issue with a lapped car that I didn't do a good job of getting around him and spun again, but besides that, it was a great race for me.
Yeah, we saw that incident, and I think it was turn 9, I believe it was, but yeah, an unfortunate incident, but overall didn't hurt you too much. So obviously you got the silver win, and your 2 biggest silver competitors, I believe, got promoted to gold, so you are now the overall silver leader. Do you think how do you think the championship will go throughout the rest of the season? Are you feeling good for the rest of the tracks, or?
Yeah, well, I'm quite new to the game actually, so I guess I did progress somewhat from the first race to this one. I did practice a little bit more for this one and was working on setups a bit more. So I feel like I'm gaining confidence in the game and with my new wheel and stuff. So yeah, I'm confident, and yeah, I'll keep going for wins.
Nice.
Nice. What wheel did you get?
Sim Magic.
Beautiful. Cool. And that's a nice little. What did you have before? Where were you coming from?
Oh, just a T300 Thrustmaster.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. I said
upgrade.
Too, actually, no, I had the 150, I think. But yeah, that's a big upgrade. Nice work. Yeah, congrats again, man. That's huge. Silver and P3. Nice job. Way to be consistent.
Thank you. Thanks to you guys for organizing this. It's really cool to be part of this, and yeah, it's really professional, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. It's very cool.
Yes, streaming the races, it's not quite my favorite part, because obviously racing is my favorite part, but getting to watch these races and show the world how good or sometimes chaotic the races can be it's honestly amazing, and I love that part of SRA.
Yeah, I understand, because I also, where I live, I organize a virtual rally championship, so I'm in the same boat. I love to drive, but I also have fun organizing, so yeah.
Well, you're in a good spot then.
Yep.
Yeah. Sean, do you have any closing questions before we move on to the shoutouts?
Any closing questions? No, nothing comes to mind at the top of mind. How did week 1 go for you? I'm still catching up here. It sounded like there was a couple other silver contenders, but you've done week 1. You were top 3 in silver, I'm guessing.
I was gonna say, I think you finished like P6 last race.
Okay.
Overall, I think it was P6. Yes.
Wow. I mean, that's very impressive. And then to go from 6 to 3, where does, I mean, if you continue with those calculations, right, where does that lead you next week, or I guess in 2 weeks? I guess only time will tell, but there you go. Yeah, congratulations again. Enjoy your moment, enjoy your victory, and Trey, why don't you take us out?
All right, so final question we have for you: is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to?
Me? Oof.
Say it could be a
not
teammate,
really.
could
I guess
be someone watching.
Yeah, not really anyone watching. Yeah, I guess the guys that I was racing with were very clean. It was fun driving with them. Also, the guy I kind of spun a bit early on. We were having a good race until then, so yeah, he apologized to me, so I'll apologize back. But yeah, fun racing.
All right.
Nice.
So that was Christian Dirksen, our P3 overall and silver winner. Again, great job. We hope to see you again in the booth, and I will go ahead and send you back down to your race review.
All right, thanks, guys.
Cheers.
All right, so that was, I believe, all the interviews that we're going to do for tonight. Overall, a very fun race, but the racing isn't over. Obviously tomorrow there's going to be 2 races going on at Watkins Glen. You can watch D2, you can watch me race in D2 on Twitch or here on YouTube, or you can watch Sean. Sean, I think you're still racing, right, in D4?
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you can watch D4 here on YouTube for a lot of fun. Maybe less chaos. I would hope less chaos, but you
We'll
can never
see.
really tell.
Yeah, you never know. Week by week.
But yeah, and then not next week because we're taking a week off next week, but in 2 weeks we will come back for Barcelona. Barcelona, a much more wide open track than Watkins Glen, so hopefully a little less ping-ponging off the walls, but overall should be a lot of fun. Sean, any closing remarks you have for our watchers?
No. Thanks, Trey, for hosting tonight and bringing us all along for the ride. It was a really good one. Hopefully everybody, just had a great race and is able to get kind of clear the heads and maintain cool, calm, composure. There were some incidents, but there was also some great highlights, some great moments, some great racing. You got to ride that high and keep it going to next time. So that's all I got.
All right. So yeah, this has been a really fun race, really chaotic race, but when you're in the lower divisions, that's sometimes all that it is chaos. But we're here to watch it. Yeah. I'm Trey. I've been joined by Sean in the booth, and hope to see you guys in the next one. See y'all later.
Peace.
When I was just a new driver, I asked Coach Jeffries, what will I be? Will I be speedy? Will I crash out? Here's what he said to me. SRA, your division will be what it be. SRA is a mystery. Hey, when I ran my first endurance, I asked my team what life